Grottos are otherworldly. They're a place of retreat. They hark back to the Homeric cave. They were used by emperors and also by hermits, so they crossed the cultural and social divides historically. They're spaces of magic. Nymphs might live here. It might be religious.
There are grottos in Europe and other parts of the world where it's almost as if the devil is coming out from the center of the earth. And so they're kind of spooky and eerie, but also beautiful and inspirational.
There was an opportunity to just do something really extraordinary and out of this world, quite literally, as part of this restoration of a much-loved and quite familiar garden.
We were wanting to create a new and different experience. Another key new element is the grotto. And we had this wonderful opportunity because we were going to blow out and excavate the entire original pump house. So we had this open canvas, and it was wonderful because we could do it behind the original wall.
Longwood's always had a tradition of having something that's unpredictable. You turn the corner and you find something you don't expect. We wanted to design the grotto, whereas it was not very evident, but as you got close to it, you saw these two small openings in the pump house wall, and if you happen to wander into those, you turn the corner.
And you will descend into a very different world, and you'll hear the water movements as you come down into the grotto, and then the chamber will open up before you. There'll be some very concealed light sources which will feel very intimate and magical. We will have this very large circular water curtain which falls from the heavens, and there's a sense that the water that's cascaded down the garden toward the grotto is then closed in its loop. It's back to its aquifer, and it's the sort of termination and the source for water in the garden.
And so we've created a grotto that is unlike others in the world in the fact that it's new in the 21st century.
We really studied those historic grottos that Pierre de Pont would have seen, Villa d'Este, Vaux-le-Vicomte in France in particular. In studying those, we kind of came up with the shapes, and then the next layer for us was to make this specific to its location at Longwood.
A piece of stone is not just a piece of stone sitting on the ground. The stone has life in it. I can feel it.
It's a building material that's been around since the beginning of time. The very oldest of buildings were stone. And I think that's probably the charm of it.
Grottos are about rock. They're a heavenly cave. So we did a lot of exploration about the geology around Longwood, and that really informed how we treated the interior with this local stone, this mica stone, which has this sparkle to it.
We ship a lot of stone to Longwood Gardens for a long time. Most of the stone comes from here, from the Amico Quarry. It's not easy to find like the texture, what it makes it look pretty old. That's what it makes the difference on this type of stone. But I love it. I love this.
Since I was a little kid, I remember coming here. My dad was a chemical engineer for DuPont. Longwood's been a real treat for me and my family for a long time. They were trying to look for a grade of stone that would give them a really old feel, and the mica does that. This has got a lot of fleck and sparkly stuff in it. It's a very nice stone. Well, in the afternoon like now, there'll be quite a bit of light in here, but early morning, maybe later in the evening, it'll be a really kind of a darker, neat feel. And when they have night events and they open this up, and the lighting will be spectacular. This whole area down by the fountains, you never really saw a lot of people down here. It wasn't the right draw to bring people down here other than just look at it from up above with the conservatory. But I think with the grotto here and all the new features that they're going to have, there'll be people that will really be drawn down to this area.
People who've been coming to Longwood for decades will think, hopefully, that, gosh, was that grotto always there? When it's going to be an entirely new and different experience.